Hey everybody, welcome to the 412 Homestead. I'm Susie, and today we are going to be working in Tomato Alley down here. As you can see, down through our tomatoes, they are getting up tall enough that we are going to have to attach them to our corral. We have done this, the tomatoes on this alley purposefully to use this as our structure to attach them to. Instead of tomato cages, we figured why go spend the money on tomato cages when we already had a built-in trellis for these. So we're going to be using this tape gun today. I don't know if any of you guys have seen one of these before. This is an old one we have, but works pretty well. As you can tell, if I can get this open, there is some tape in here that is vegetable friendly. It's just an easy way to tie up your plants when they're drooping. And the sky is getting dark and we're expecting a storm. Our tomatoes are getting taller, so we have got to attach them to our trellis. And it's so easy. We've got it all set up. All you've got to do, you've got your, it staples in, hooks there. What you do is you find a space that you can attach it to your railing. Just go around it, click it, and it automatically ties off your vine. Now
it's actually a stapler. It uses staples.
So we've stapled them up there. If you've got some loose ones, like, I don't know that we want to go ahead and attach that one just yet. We'll let it get a little bit taller. But we're going to go down through here and we're going to find another one. This one he's pretty heavy. But I'm going to see if I can't find a good spot to attach him. I'm going to go in between here. And I'm going to go catch that panel right there. We're just going to staple it and see how that holds it straight up there. And that way, these branches will be able to rest on our cattle panel and hopefully hold the tomatoes up, because we're expecting a good harvest. As you can see, look right here. We've already got some little tomatoes that are coming on, and we are going to put some straw down. I think we're going to do straw. We had mulch. Some of you guys, if you have an answer for us, we had some red mulch down. We don't know if that's a good catalyst to use, so we might just go in with some straw, but we need to make sure that we have our branches trimmed off to where they're not touching the dirt, because we don't want them to get diseased. And also a nice thing for them low-hanging tomatoes to rest on. So we're just going to go through here. Easy. You just click it, pulls it out. You find you a good spot. I'm going to go right in here. And I'm going to go back here and catch this panel behind the panel. And we're going to staple it. Oops. We're going to do that again. I didn't have it far enough in there. But I didn't do it tightly. I do it loosely. That way it can grow. But as I said, the storms are coming. It's thundering. And we're just trying to get all these supported so that when the wind blows, they are saying hail. I don't know. We'll see what we get. But we're just going in and find us a spot. Go behind that panel and just hold it up. All right, that will hold him up, give him some support for his beautiful tomatoes. This little guy, he is, he's already growing through the fence, but we're going to give him a little extra support. I'm just going to pull him over toward that wire that goes up through there. That give him some nice little support. We got a funky tomato growing right there. All right, that guy, he's not tall enough yet. But we're gonna see where we can get this guy bent up a little bit and get him anchored to our cattle panel. I'm trying to be gentle where I don't break something. And I don't know, he may need to go a little bit longer. Well, and you can push this way back up in there, so he'll have a little bit anchoring him up there. We'll go for this guy right here. No, maybe we'll go this one. I don't know which one I want to do this one on. Let's go right there. That give him a little something to grab onto. This guy here, he is already winding through. And one thing, these tomatoes, they are the indeterminate ones, which means these can grow tall. We had some tomatoes that grew probably 10 feet tall and probably would have kept going.
I bet them first ones were 12 foot.
Was they 12? So indeterminate, they will just keep growing as long as you got something for them to hang on to. And they will produce all summer long. So all right. Okay, so that's our tomatoes. We've got them all anchored up. These are the ones that we bought from the store. We do have some that are taken off that we started from seed. They're not near big enough, but you guys, it is fixing to rain on us, so if we've got time, we might show you our potatoes. If not, we'll have to catch you next time, because I think we're getting ready to get wet. Well, the rain hasn't quite hit us yet, so I'm just going to give you a little tour of what's going on here. This is our strawberries that we planted in our stock tanks. They seem to be doing pretty good, and Eric has planted lots of things that are starting to come up, but our peppers are starting to get little blooms on them, and we're going to have to powder them because something is making a little meal off that leaf, I can tell, but they are starting to get little blooms. Now, these are our tubs that we have planted things in, and they are starting to germinate. And let's see, we're just testing it out, and we may be too far into the season for cauliflower, because I know cauliflower and broccoli are a cold crop, but we're going to see how long this one goes and how it grows being in tubs. This is my radishes. We started radishes from seeds, and by the time I got them all divided, I wound up with 4 tubs of broccoli, you guys. I mean, radishes. I'm sorry, radishes. Here is our little tomato plants that we started from seed, and they're starting to take off. They're starting to to do some good. Now, crazy thing here, this is squash. And I am going to have to thin these out and leave the one that's closest to the center. We're just going to try to grow a squash, and this one I'll have to move him around, get one growing in the center. But we're going to try to grow a squash plant in our lick tubs. And crazy thing here, I told Eric, I said, let's plant some corn in a lick tub. We've got a little bit of germination going on. Not a whole lot, but they've not been in the ground that long, but they are starting. And you guys, look at my swimming pool onions. Those things are doing pretty good. I got a few weeds I got to get out of them, but looky there. They are doing really well. So I think the swimming pool onions are a success. And this is our broccoli and cauliflower. And like I said, we know that broccoli and cauliflower is a cold crop, but we're going ahead and try it. It's Oklahoma, and we were fighting the weather, and we were also fighting the fact that, you know, the rain had our garden just, it was a mud pit. So our plants, they were hurting being locked up in the greenhouse, and we finally got them out to some dirt. But these are cucumbers that we started from seed, and as you can tell, we've attached a cattle panel up here. So my thought is, as they grow, I will just train them to grow up the cattle panel, and I'll be able to just walk right up here and just pick me some cucumbers off when the time is right. And there's a lot of tubs you can see that's not anything germinated yet. Some of them have flowers in there because we're trying to draw the pollinators in. This here, we planted some sunflowers in this center tub, and the way we did everything, we are going to hook up some drip system and be able to water all at once, just by the turn of a knob here. And these are the pole beans. They're finally coming on up, and we're going to use the trellis of the corral fence. That's going to be what we grow our pole beans on. And we have over here some more cucumbers growing, and we also have more pole beans. We just attached them to some cattle panels, and this drip system will hook, and it'll come from way over there by the strawberry patch, and we're going to run a headline to where we catch all of these rows here and be able to water all at once. Now, I want to show you guys what Eric is using. You know, we've talked about before people that have back issues, and you know, it's hard to try to bend over and weed a garden. So he has researched and found tools that makes it easier to work with. And this tool right here, instead of using the old regular hoe where you actually feel like you're chopping wood, this thing, it just glides along and gets...
And your back is straight the whole time with a handle.
Yep, show them how easy it is to use. You don't even have to bend over.
Keep your back straight.
And then you can just run through your garden. He's chopping those tops off, and
I see. Here's
when
some
the
pretty good ones right here. We'll cut them.
when the sun goes down, when the sun comes out, it just burns them up. You could rake it out of your garden, but we just normally leave them in there. Unless it's really bad, I'll rake it out, but he'll cut the tops off.
They'll almost all go back to dirt within a week once you cut them off.
It's just that easy. So, any tool that we can find to make it easier for him to just stand up and work from a straight up position, man, it just makes it so much easier. And we are gonna go over here. Oh my gosh, y'all, the dogs that show up at our house, I'm telling you. But I'm going to take you over to my potato patch, and we'll probably close out with that one. I've got to get my heels. I got to get my heels fixed on my potatoes. This is our potato patch, and I've got to hill it up a little bit more. Either that or we're going to put straw down. We do have some straw we were going to put, because you don't want your potatoes exposed to the sunlight. It turns the potatoes green and they're not any good. So you definitely do not want that, but our potatoes are coming on up, so we'll have some potatoes here. Grandpa always said have them out of the ground by July 4th, so I'm sure we'll have a plenty then. Something I was going to tell you guys about this hoe. The brand of the hoe is DeWitt, and it's a heart-shaped hoe, and I can't remember if it's Scuffle or Shuffle. Maybe some of you guys out there know what I'm talking about, but that is the brand of hoe, just in case you do have back issues. My husband ordered them online. Ooh,
We're out of here.
we've got to end this video, you guys. The lightning is getting pretty darn close, and we're going to get wet. So we want to say thank you guys for coming to the 412 Homestead, and we appreciate each and every one of our subscribers, and we appreciate all the likes, all the kind comments we're getting. And so we just thank you guys, and until we see you all again, we're going to tuck in the house before we get wet. God bless.